Hey, good morning, everybody. I've been cleaning on the bus. I've been not yet cleaning, but I've been emptying it. Put it that way. It's taken a while. I was really surprised at how much stuff I had in here. But I'm going to empty it out, and then I'm going to fix the heater. Then I'm going to do the final cleanup on the inside. Then I'm going to do the final walkthrough before I put a price on the bus and resell it. And that way I can move on to something else and you know make some more content. And in the middle of all this, I've been cleaning out my shop and having yard sales, and it's a huge shop. It's 10,500 square feet on the floor, and yeah, it's been quite a little project so far. We've had a couple yard sales and made a little bit of money on it, and but I haven't hardly put a dent in it. I'm going to need to do this the rest of the summer, and so I'm kind of working between that and getting this bus ready to go. So that's why you haven't heard from me in about a week or two. So um, I'll show you what I'm doing here, okay? Hang on a second. Okay, so what I've done is here's all my extra boxes here, but I've emptied all these boxes out. See, there's nothing in them now. Emptied this shelf off. Those are the bed support uh, dowels. And yeah, I'm cleaning all this out prior to coming in here and washing everything out like the microwave. Of course, it's really not even dirty. It's like it's brand new, but I only use it a couple times. But all that upper shelf's been cleaned. I've stripped the beds completely down to their bare mattresses. And yeah, from here on out, it's just a bunch of cleaning. But I do have to repair something here. That's just a bunch of the paperwork for the devices I've put in the bus. Yeah, the rest of it's empty. So, yeah, we got to do the final walkthrough here, final clean out. You know, clean the floors. I've already cleaned the rugs, and they're ready to be put back in. And just the place needs swept out. Look how dirty the counter's got. There's just dust and stuff coming in the windows and things like that. But this all needs to be cleaned up. This sink needs to be cleaned. Yeah. Got to keep after this stuff. So next thing I'm going to do before I do the final cleaning is that heater is having a little malfunction. It gets hot and it can't read the temperature, so it can't read the settings. So it always thinks that it's overheating, so it shuts back down. So you fire it up and it'll shut back down unless you put it down on the very lowest setting, and then it'll run. And what it requires is this little guy. It's a little heat sensor. Oh, I ordered one up. It was about 10 bucks on eBay. And they're cheaper than that if you want to wait for them to ship from China, but you know, that could take forever. But I've got to take this apart and put that new sensor back in it and put it back together and give it a test. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've spun the seat around so I could get to things really good. And I got my toolkit out. Yeah, it's been quite the cleanup here. There was a lot of stuff in here. But I'm getting her done. I even cleaned out the bathroom. Here, let me open this up. Yeah, see all the shelves, all the pockets are empty. That pocket right there has extra rings for the shower curtain up there. And this one here only has a couple extra rolls. The one that goes in here. And there's the holder. But anyway, we got to come in here and wipe this thing all out now. Make sure it's all spiffy clean, ready to roll. And yeah. But first I've got to fix this heater. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to get at that. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the tabletop out of here. Give me a little room back there. And it's a little black pad I was using for keeping my knee off of the center console. And we're going to open this dude up. Oh, those are tight. Let me get a screwdriver. There. And I believe that cap's going to have to come off on the fuel tank. Oh, I see. This one's still hooked. There we go. And obviously that one is too. All right. Get that off of there. I think I'll put the cap back on that fuel tank so I don't have to smell that. And oh man, I wish I would have had this thing full. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of ingenuity. I'm gonna have to go get a piece of old towel or something and keep that from leaking when I pull the pipe off of it. I don't want to get any diesel in here whatsoever because it'll stink. Okay, so I pulled that off of the pump and inverted it so it wouldn't leak, and I caught most of the leftovers coming out of the pump with this rag. I'll clean up my little bit of a mess I have here, and stunk the whole inside of this bus up. It'll go away though. I'll open the windows. There's no mess on the floor or anything like that. Diesel just kind of stinks. I think probably the best way to do one of these is to mount a tank on the outside, small tank on the outside of the bus, and run a line in, and then run that line to that little pump. Here's the pump, right? You can't really see it. I'll show you. See the pump there? Right here? That's the dude that makes all the racket when this thing's running, the tick 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 noises on it. So but anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of this tank, take it outside where I won't have to smell it, probably along with this rag. And I got to get this panel off right here and get to the top of the heater and the electronics. This looks like it's going to be a real simple job. Okay guys, so the next thing I got to do is pull this little metal tab right here, this little spring clip, off of this there we go, because I've got to get this plate off right here, this metal plate, and it's running through this, so I need to disconnect the wiring from this. And looks like that's got to come apart too. But I got a wire down here too that I disconnected from. It went from here to the control panel right here. So I got that loose too. And I better save that little clip so I don't lose it. And I have to pull this metal panel here out of the way. I'm going to have to take this off too. There. Okay, so I got to get this one disconnected real quick, and it looks like I'm going to have to get me something to unclip this, so I'll be back here in a second. Well, I don't know about you guys, but every time I'm doing something, there's always one thing that is just turns into a pain. And this time, it was this plug right here. Yeah, this white plug right here. So I finally got it. It's about 5 minutes later, and I have fans on now because I got all heated up trying to get it loose. But we finally have gotten to the point where I can take this thing out. That's the panel that goes between the gas tank and the burner assembly right down here. This is the burner assembly. Now on top of that is where that little heat sensor needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started pulling apart. That'll be the first thing I'm going to do, so give me a minute. Okay guys, so I've got to open up this case right here, and to do that, this particular one, you unscrew the front and you take the cap off, the exhaust, the inlet cap, I mean. The air inlet cap, it's right here. After that, you just lift these off on this model. Some other models you have to undo some clips on the front. They usually have clips like right here and here, but not on this one. So I got that out of the way. And this is your control unit. Your, I guess you could call it the electronic control unit. But anyway, right here, this guy right here is the guy I've got to replace. And I have to figure out where he goes to. I think he goes right over to here. I'm going to have to lay down on the floor and look under the chair and look under here, it looks like, or get me a mirror. I can't pull this out because it's bolted to the floor. But anyway, this clip right here, this one right here, comes undone, and there is the let me see if I can get where you can see it. Right here is that sensor, and that's the one I need to replace with this sensor right here. Indestructible cheap plastic. So this is the sensor right here, and looks pretty much the same. The wire is a different color. It looks like that. It's that clip right there. I need to undo that clip, which means I just have to push in on that right there like that and pull it down and clip my other one in there. And this one here is going to have to go into that metal fastener right here. And it looks like, looks like it might be just slightly different. I'll have to pull it out there and take a good look at it and see if this one's going to be a direct replacement or not. I may have to splice the wire here and do something different. I'm not sure. But let me get this off and we'll go from there. Okay, I've got them both off. They both have the same pin, and the ends here are very similar to each other. I don't think I'm going to have a problem in the world. This one being the new one right here. This is the old one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put these in. I undid this clip right here. Whoops. Let me get you closer here. I undid this metal clip right here and pulled it out, and it was plugged in on this side of the CPU unit right here. But you know, it could be different on different models. But I'm going to put this in and get this thing back together, and we'll see if we have a good unit after that. See if it'll run properly. Okay, so I stuck the new one right there. The little spring wire goes right here, that goes in a little hole right there. And this is the new wire. It runs over and it plugged in right over here. Right here. Right there. On that side of the CPU. And I just fed the wire underneath the CPU, this thing right here. The CPU right here. I just fed it under it. It went right through. So, I'm going to reassemble this thing. I'm just going to do everything that we did already, only backwards, and get this thing put together. And we'll see if this thing fires up and runs. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I've got it back together, except for I don't have the cover on it. And that's because I wanted to check in here and make sure we had no fuel leaks. There's the fuel pump. It's pumping fuel. You can see it. It's going to have to fill that tube back up. So I'm going to let this run for a little while, and we'll see if it works. If it maintains its heat temperature, I mean its temperature setting, and not turn itself off. After I get this up and running, I'll turn it down to about 5 and see if it'll run for a while. If it does, I'm successful. So we'll just let this go for a little while because it's going to take a few minutes. And well, you can hear the pump kicking on faster. You can see there that the pump still hasn't got enough fuel down there yet. It's probably going to take a little bit. So I'll bring you back as soon as this thing fires itself up. Okay guys, it's remaining running. Hot air is coming out of it, but the only problem is look at my exhaust. This really smells bad. Wow. Whew. What the heck is going on here? Look at that. It's leaking. I wish I knew what it was saying. I'm turning it off. Not only am I turning it off, I'm going to take this thing out of the bus. I don't know what happened with it, but something's going haywire. What I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to pull this out and replace it with another one, and I'll take this one in and bench test it and figure out what the hell's going on with it. Don't like that at all. That was, something's wrong there. Quit smoking now, so wow. Weak glow plug maybe, or it was producing heat, but it was smoking like a train. Well guys, this is a happy buy. That's what brand this one was. I think they're all about the same. A little disappointed. I've only ran this thing a couple times. The temperature sensor, it seemed to fix that. It kept running, but it's just I don't know. It didn't quit on me. It just started smoking real bad, and I don't think that was clearing up. So I think the best thing to do is just pull this thing out of here and start over. That's the best thing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video on this note, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. Well guys, I've pulled it out. It didn't take very long. Pretty simple extraction process there. I just I took the muffler off, and the intake, they want to call it air cleaner, but it's not really. It's just something to keep from large debris from flying into it. Took that off, a couple screws. I took these 4 screws out here on the ends, here to here, here and here, and I cut the 2 wires, and it lifted straight out. Yeah, the wiring is just right here. This is all that was hooking it up, was a hot and a ground, or a positive and a neutral. So I got that cut, and it's just sitting here. Yeah, the bus is out here. Yeah, the muffler's gone now for this, and everything's just laying right there. And I'll show you on the inside. There's where it was sitting. Yep. Okay guys, so now here's the dilemma. Do I invest a little bit more money into it and buy another one and put it back in? It would be an easy install, but I really don't want to waste money if the things aren't going to work. What I would really appreciate is if any of you guys out there have ran one of these diesel heaters for any length of time, to let me know what your experiences were with it, and let me know what brand it was, you know, where you bought it. And yeah, I would rather do that. I think that would probably be the best way to do it before I make a decision just to go buy another one. I'm not going to buy a Happy Buy again this time. I figured out what happened with this thing. The fan motor is running too weak, so it doesn't run enough air through it to decarbon it. Basically, it's just not working properly. So the motor is weakened. I noticed when it was running this last time that I could hear a tripping noise, like a trip, 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 trip noise, and that I think is probably what the whole deal is here, because it's working otherwise. It just smokes a lot. It's producing heat, and it's not overheating anymore. And I think that might have been my problem in the first place, rather than this guy. But it may have been both of them. Who knows? But I know that it's not shutting off anymore like it was. So I don't feel like I've wasted my time putting the new, heat sensor in it. But, this fan thing too. I mean, 2 things going wrong with this thing after using it like 3 times for really no real length of time. I think it's probably got less than 2 hours of runtime on it. And really, really disappointed in a lot of these Chinese products that we've been buying from Amazon. And not that it's Amazon's fault, but they are the main seller of all this stuff. I mean, I've had too many things go bad. I've had dash cams go bad, reverse cams, you name it. It's just going bad on me. That stove, yeah, this stove right here, the Flame King, Yeah, I finally got it to work. I had to go and take it all apart. Oops, we went. Took it all apart, and I've got this one to work again. What was happening is it wouldn't push down and turn, and I finally freed that up, and now it's doing it. And that thing has no time on it either. I bet I haven't had that stove on more than maybe 2 hours at the very, very, very most. It's 2 hours, and many things have went wrong with that, and I've already discussed that, and I already said that I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. But now, as far as the Chinese diesel heater goes, I've read some comments in a lot of the reviews and stuff, and some people are having a good time with them. But there are some lemons out there, and this one must have been a real bad one because, I've never had it work for more than a half an hour at a time, and I have no idea, how well they heat the bus or anything. They do put out a lot of heat when they're running, but I've never tested it in cold weather or anything like that. So if anybody else has got one of these and had good luck with it, I'm talking about for at least a year or more, contact me in the comments here and let me know what brand it is, what type it is. I'm really kind of still interested in the all-in-one, so I don't have to build another cabinet. But I will go as far as putting in another cabinet if I need to put in one of the in-cabinet type ones, I've still got it hooked up. I've still got the holes in the floor for the exhaust and the intake. I still have the 10 gauge wire to run here, so it's got a nice heavy-duty wire. And it would be really simple to put back in. But I really don't want to waste my money unless I have to. So I'm going to call the end of this video right now, and let me know, guys, before I make a dumb decision, okay? I was thinking about just buying another one and hoping for the best, but, that gets a little hurtful on the wallet after a while. And I'm not going to buy one of the German ones. Don't even make that suggestion. I'm not going to spend $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for one of these things. If I was going to go through all that effort, I'd probably build me a little wood stove or something and figure out a way to get that in here. And I kind of really like that idea too, but I still want to sell a bus, but I want to fix it first. And if I leave the heater out, the holes, the wiring will still be there. If somebody else wants to put one in, if that's the way it ends up going, it's all there. It's all ready to do. It's about a half an hour installation time. It's nothing. So let me know, guys. We're going to end this video right here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys later.